Was that a complete victory, or do you leave with any concern?
I think that style of offense that we played against was the first time we've seen a lot of heavy throwing. And so I think we'll probably, get on the film and learn some things from that. And so, I think it was a good win, in November against a team that was dangerous. And we came out early, played well, created some turnovers, and certainly made a lot of plays on the perimeter. In the run game, I thought, we moved the line of scrimmage. Certainly something we've spent some time talking about as an offense. And then finishing drives in a red zone. We're always, something we talk about a lot, but the last couple of weeks have been a point of emphasis. And, so that was well done across the board. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll get back on the film and figure that out. I mean, being at the score was, what was it, 45-17 at half. I mean, that's a heck of a half for sure.
How do you think that'll be viewed in the state of Michigan?
I don't know. I know that we got to play a couple teams up there the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be a challenge. Though they're both very, very good teams. Michigan State's coming in here, and we got to get back to playing consistent football, and that's what it is in November. This is a typical November game in the Big Ten. Some wind, cold, and this is what we got to do. Best teams play well in November.
Front row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Ryan, you guys didn't have Garrett Wilson last week. He comes back and he scores 4 touchdowns tonight. Just what ways does he make a difference for this offense that allows it to play at this elite level?
Well, I think he did it a couple different ways tonight, right? The first one, he took a short route and went the distance. He caught a deep ball on the, he caught the ball in the red zone there. We jumped over the defender, which is an amazing catch. And then he took a handoff. Actually, he beat a guy on the slant, too, for a touchdown. So he's versatile. He can do a lot of different things. He's very powerful and strong. He's got tremendous ball skills. And he played really well tonight.
Keeping CJ in at the end of the game, was that a consideration toward Kyle's red shirt?
No. I wanted to make sure that, we finished the game the right way. And I just felt like that was the right thing to do at the time.
Guys, let's try to hold our questions to one per person. Front row left, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, you said that Purdue's got a different kind of offense than you faced, and you might not face another one like it. But how concerning is it that they did put up the points and the yardage that they did? You didn't get much for a pass rush today. How concerning is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we dropped 8 a lot. With a 3-man rush, you're not always going to get as many. So that's the decision that's made, and I think, again, we'll learn from it and figure out if that was efficient or not. But certainly, you don't like to give up 31 points in a game. So I think when you look at the last couple of weeks, when the offense hasn't been exactly stellar, the defense played really, really well. And then this game, we scored 59 points on offense, and the defense gave up 31. So the good news is that, we're kind of helping each other out, but we're still looking for that, complete game. Although we've had some complete games, but that's part of winning football in November and bringing it every week. You gotta help each other out. And there was still a lot of good plays. Creating the turnover was huge. And but again, a different style and a lot to learn from.
Far left, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Right, this is kind of a weird question, but are there certain numbers you should have when you're using your quarterback a certain way? Like, CJ threw the ball 37 times tonight. Is there a certain amount of yardage and touchdowns and production you want to see that comes out of that makes it a good day? That makes sense.
One of the things I think you saw early on was that, we were kind of getting the ball in the perimeter and some of the quicker throws because they were bringing a lot of zero pressure. They were doing some different things that we wanted to really push the ball out there and see if we can make some guys miss in space, and we did. And you could see that out there. So that was really good. I mentioned to CJ coming in. Well, first off, I thought CJ had the best preparation of the season this week. He was on his game. I mean, they brought some different things that made it challenging, but he really put a lot of work in, and I was glad to see him get paid off like that. But 2, we also talked about it may have been a higher completion percentage game with maybe not as many yards. Wasn't sure based on how we were putting the game plan together. So I think to answer your question, it just depends on the style of defense that you're playing. They ended up playing a little more zero than we expected, so the numbers got a little higher.
Right next door, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, it seems like Garrett has gotten better every year, and you feature him more and more every year. Just from your vantage point, I guess, what are the areas you've seen him take the biggest steps this season?
I think is overall just route running and understanding of how he fits into the concepts of plays and, how he runs routes with precision, the body language for a quarterback. His God-given ability is obviously off the charts, but it's the football IQ, it's the techniques, it's the fundamentals, the route running that's really improved.
Over here to the far right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, you spent this week talking about the group accountability for that offense after the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
What did you guys find out? What brought this back today?
I just think it was one of those. You just had to grab everybody's attention that week, and we talked about the penalties. I think we had maybe 2. I know it was the hold on the touchdown, and then we had a couple guys false start. It might have been 3, but those 3. But I think that was the thing that was getting us off schedule, and we stayed on schedule. We kept the ball rolling, but we also ran the football more efficiently, and so the runs. The big runs will happen, but it's those hard 4 and 5s. Even that last drive that we had, I think it was in the third quarter there, I guess. No, it was in the fourth quarter when Travion was down in there and we were inside the 10-yard line. He was making 3-yard gains, 5 and 6. It doesn't look like much, but down there, a yard is everything, and he did it. And then we just kept pounding the ball in there, and that happened a few times. I thought the first time we got down in there, the offensive line got a nice surge, and we kind of just finished the thing into the end zone. The guys finished the pile, pushed the pile. That's all the things that we talked about in finishing drives, but did a much better job of not having any negative plays and staying on schedule.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Carl, after this a very quiet game, really, for Purdue tonight, how much of that was something you guys maybe had schemed for, but how much of it was just those tackles stepping up and doing what they needed to do?
I have to look. We definitely did some different things to try to avoid the exposure to him, but I also, we didn't overdo it either. So I have to look at the film and see. But if I had to just guess, I would say that they did a good job against him. He's a very good player. And you got that the holding call there. Probably shouldn't have put Ruck in that situation. That's on me. It was a longer developing play. Probably should have slid to him, but he's a very, very good player.
Second row left, Patrick Murphy, 24/7.
Ryan, you mentioned getting the run game going with those tough yards. What was different today that allowed that to get going for you guys? Is it just a focus? Was it different defense? What did you make of it?
I think it's probably a little bit of everything. It's just a rebite of focus in all areas. I think that we gave him a better plan, just really clean plan of coming off the ball. But I also think our pad level was better. I thought the running backs were running harder. I thought that CJ made some really good decisions when it was an overloaded box. He got the ball on the perimeter. So I think it was kind of all the above. And we'll have to look at the film and point out exactly. There's still some things that we're going to look at and want to get fixed. There was still a couple things that just weren't clean, but that's what we're striving for. We want to make sure every drive we're scoring touchdowns, and it was much better tonight.
Got time for 2 more, folks. Far left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, what did you think of the way Mayan complimented Trey tonight?
I thought he got into a rhythm there at the end, which he was just like running vertical. I thought there was a couple of things he bounced, and then he just made up his mind he was going to start getting up the field. But I thought the tight ends and the offensive line were really rocking off the ball there. But he started getting vertical, and that was good to see him get back into rhythm again.
And final question, front row right, Tim May, Letterman Row.
As you're sitting there, Ryan, what was the tip-off that CJ was on his game tonight? Early and stuff. What are you watching from your vantage points that tells you that he's on top of it, so to speak?
I thought it was during Thursday practice. He just seemed on it, and right off the bat, he makes a couple good calls. We make a couple good checks early on, and then quickly in those first couple drives, he's just seeing it. And when he can come over and verbalize what's going on in the moment, and it's really good information, that's when he's seeing it properly. And so much of that has to do with the preparation you put in, and that way you're anticipating what's going on as opposed to reacting. And to me, that's the key to quarterback play.
Finished in the red zone like y'all did tonight early against the number 16 team in the country, a red zone defense.
Yeah.
What did it just do for the group?
Yeah, I think it's going to build a lot of confidence. Not that I don't think our guys are lacking confidence. I just think after the last 2 weeks, we were a little on edge this week, to be quite honest with you. We just wanted to get back into this game and score in the red zone and get our nose dirty a little bit, and I think we did that.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.